Hello and welcome to day 13, I think. There's nothing on my screen that's going to tell me. Day 13. Let's go with day 13. Day 13 of the live daily guided healing meditation series. Thank you so much for joining for another day of sharing our love and our healing with the world. And before we get started, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about what we were talking about yesterday with surrender and clarify that surrendering isn't about giving up. It's not about just rolling over and taking whatever's coming. That's not what surrender is. Surrendering, the act of surrender, is an act. It's an active thing that we do where we basically stop fighting ourselves and we stop fighting with our emotional side and our emotional stuff. So when our stuff gets hit, our first thing is to want to avoid it or ignore it or fight with it and try to kind of resist it. And it's really important when we're actively acting in surrender we're surrendering to ourselves. It's not a surrender to it's not a giving up. We're surrendering to ourselves and we're surrendering to the situation, which allows us to be realistic about what's happening, to clearly see what's going on, whether it's in ourselves or outside of ourselves. We're just surrendering that resistance. It's not a giving up. It actually allows us to be a lot more capable and clear and effective and efficient in what we're wanting to do because we're able to see clearly. So from my example from yesterday, when I was very, very focused on not being late for our meditation the other day, I wasn't thinking clearly about how, I might not be able to do the meditation, or my camera might be actually broken, my computer might be actually broken. And allowing myself to surrender to those feelings opened up for me it cleared space so that I could see clearly that it might not be happening today. I was doing everything I could, and sometimes that's just all you can do, and that really is the best you can do, and that's okay. And so it didn't just create relief for me, it also created clarity on the situation because now I was present with what was happening rather than trying to avoid it or push it away. And so surrender is a really important way of doing that. And there's a lot of different ways you can work with surrender. So we're going to close our eyes and jump into the meditation and work a little more at surrender today. So please close your eyes and start breathing. We're taking deep, long, slow breaths in through our nose. You can follow it in, watching the breath come in through your nose, down your throat, through your body, expanding your diaphragm, expanding your lungs, filling you up with fresh oxygen that nourishes your body. And noticing when you're full, that switch from inhale to exhale. Watching as you watch your body deflate, feeling that deflation of your diaphragm, your lungs, your body, relaxing, following the air out of your mouth and audibly letting it go with a sigh. No one can hear you. Or if they can, who cares? Doesn't matter. You are centering, grounding, relaxing your body. And as you keep breathing, I want you to think about the act of surrendering. It's the act of stopping to stop fighting with yourself. To let go of resistance when it comes up for you. Acknowledging when we feel uncomfortable. Acknowledging when we feel tight. Putting the welcome mat out. Maybe loving what arises. Maybe loving what arises is a little too difficult, so we're just acknowledging it. Allowing ourselves to see the space and the openness that we create when we surrender our feelings and surrender to our feelings. Allowing this openness and clarity to shed light on a situation outside of us or inside of us, to give us new perspective. Being able to see things from a new perspective is a tremendous gift that we can give ourselves. When we're really stuck in what we think or feel, we're not able to see things from a different perspective. And sometimes a wider perspective is necessary. Sometimes we're missing things. Sometimes we can widen our perspective so much that we realize the thing we're feeling resistance to really doesn't even matter in the wider scheme of things. For me the other day, feeling stressed about being judged, about being late, really doesn't matter when I think about all of the people that are struggling right now, who are sick, who are dying. There's millions and millions of people, comparatively, which we don't always want to compare ourselves because we're not trying to make ourselves feel bad, but comparatively, I think it's kind of tiny and it really didn't matter. And so that perspective shift helped me. If that perspective shift made me feel worse, that's the wrong perspective shift. You always want to be kind to yourself, no matter what you're doing or how you're doing it. Being kind and compassionate towards yourself is so important. So with that food for thought, we're going to take another couple deep breaths. And we're going to start shifting our perspective, our thought process, into a place that makes us feel really good. This can be somewhere that's outdoors, that we feel really happy and light and free in. Maybe the beach or garden, mountains, or surrounded by trees, fields, wildlife, or beautiful plants. Maybe it's this holy place, a sacred spot, church or a cathedral or a mosque or a temple or a holy site that really allows us to feel connected to the divine. Maybe it's a space within your mind where you feel very connected to the divine, your spirit guides, your angels, your deceased loved ones, even your living loved ones. Maybe it's just a really special place that you feel very connected to when you're in. Or maybe it's just your favorite chair with your favorite pet where you feel loved and loving. It can be anywhere that feels good to you. I want you to really feel those feelings of love inside of yourself. Those really good, peaceful, heart-filled feelings. Feel them take over your body. Maybe you have a little smile on your face. And as you're feeling those feelings, I want you to start breathing in to your heart center, the light in the center of your chest. And with every breath, your heart light starts to grow, to expand and fill the whole of your body. First, it fills your chest and your torso. It rushes down into your legs and your arms and your neck, filling your feet and your hands and your head. And then bursting out of your body into the space around you. Continues to expand and engulf the building you're in, your home, your work, the outdoor space. It continues to expand out easily and effortlessly, engulfing your neighbors and their homes, their businesses, engulfing town, your city, your county, your state or province, flooding your entire country with your heart light, with your love, and bathing and blessing every single being in your country with your heart light and your love, reminding them of their own divinity, of their own love. And your heart light continues to expand deep down into Mother Earth, connecting you deeply with Mother Earth, sending your love through every root, every spring, all of the lava and the nutrients in every dirt piece. Connecting you to abundance and bounty and this ever-giving, this quality of ever-giving, always giving, and this quality of always receiving and being open to receiving. The earth gives all of her bounty and receives all of the bounty that's given to her. And your heart light continues to expand out, engulfing the entire planet in your heart light. Every county, every being in your heart light. Blessing them all, wishing them all health and love and happiness. And your heart light continues still to expand out into space, expanding infinitely, just as the universe continues to expand infinitely, and the divine continues to expand infinitely. Because you are the universe and the divine. You are love in human form. We are connected and united, sharing our love and our healing all. Bask and bathe in your love for just a moment longer. And if you want to continue basking and bathing in this, continue for as long as you want. Take a couple more deep breaths. Feeling those good feelings. Feeling these connections and this unity and this shared love that we have with one another. I thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Good night.